Hey guys, Rachele here with Amethyst Ascension. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, thank you so much for joining me again. There is this poem or write-up that I heard years and years and years ago. And every time somebody would come to me with a problem, I would refer back to this. And I always thought it was really important to tell things sometimes in stories and this is another reason why I'm a huge movie person, because I believe that we learn through other people's experiences. It broadens our perspectives. And so I love Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ taught in parables and stories. That's how he would teach. So that's why I love movies and stuff so much. Kind of off topic, but so I had heard this. Let me turn this on. There, that's probably better. I had heard this saying before, and I want to read it to you, and I created a spread for it, and I thought it was appropriate for right now, this time in our life, and my take on this. So the story is called May We All Be Coffee. A young woman went to her grandmother and told her about her life and how things were so hard for her. How she and her partner were facing boulders and trials in their relationship. She did not know how to make things better. She was tired of having the same conversations and the same frustrations. It seemed as soon as one boulder was solved, a new one arose. Her grandmother took her to the kitchen. She filled 3 pots with water and placed each on a high fire. Soon the pots came to boil. In the first she placed carrots, in the second she placed eggs, and in the last she placed ground coffee bean. She let them sit and boil without saying a word. In about 20 minutes she turned off the burners. She fished the carrots out and placed them in a bowl. She pulled the eggs out and placed them in a bowl. Then she ladled the coffee out and placed it in a bowl. Turning to her granddaughter, she asked, "Tell me what you see." Carrots, eggs, and coffee," she replied. Her grandmother brought her closer and asked her to feel the carrots. She did, and noted that they were soft. The grandmother then asked the granddaughter to take an egg and break it. After pulling off the shell, she observed the hard-boiled egg. Finally, the grandmother asked the granddaughter to sip the coffee. The granddaughter smiled as she tasted the rich aroma. The granddaughter then asked, "What does it mean, grandmother?" Her grandmother explained that each of these objects had faced the same adversity. Boiling water, each reacted differently. The carrot went in strong, hard, and unrelenting. However, after being subjected to the boiling water, it softened and became weak. The egg had been fragile. Its thin outer shell had protected its liquid interior, but after sitting through the boiling water, its inside became hardened. The ground coffee beans were unique, however. As they were in the boiling water, they had changed the water. "Which are you?" she asked her granddaughter. "When adversity knocks on your door, how do you respond? Are you a carrot, an egg, or a coffee bean? Think of this. Which am I? Am I the carrot that seems strong, but with pain and adversity, do I wilt and become soft and lose my strength? Am I an egg that starts with a malleable heart, but changes with the heat? Did I have a fluid spirit, but after a death, a breakup, a financial hardship, or some other trial, have I become hardened and stiff? Does my shell look the same, but on the inside, am I bitter and tough with a stiff spirit and hardened heart? Or am I like the coffee bean? The bean actually changes the hot water, the very circumstance that brings the pain. When the water gets hot, it releases the fragrance and flavor. If you are like the bean, when things are at their worst, you get better and change the situation around you. When the hour is darkest and trials are their greatest, do you elevate yourself to another level? How do you handle adversity? Are you a carrot, an egg, or a coffee bean? The brightest future will always be based on a forgotten past. You can't go forward in life until you let go of your past failures and heartaches. May we all be coffee. And another part of that was the happiest people do not have the best of everything. They just make the best of everything. And this is something that I have held true for me forever. For so many years, I can't even tell you. I think the first time I came across that was like in the year 2000, maybe 2005. I can't remember. It's been a long time. And I would print that off for people, or I would read it to them and ask them if ever they came to me with an issue, or when I had something for myself that I was going through, I would always think of that. And that's why I say, and I've said this pretty much since I started my channel, that the scary cards that most people would think, or some people would think as scary in the tarot, they don't scare me because it means there's growth. It's through those hard things that we go through that our character is built. It's those things that show what our true nature is, right? So I created a spread called May We All Be Coffee Spread. So the first one is about the current situation. It doesn't have to mean for right now what's going on. It can, but it can be for whatever situation that you're going through. The second card is carrots. How has my rough exterior, or the things that I have blocked, made me weak? 3 is the eggs. What trials or tribulations have I been through in my life that have made me harder? You know, that have hardened my heart a little bit. And then the last one is coffee. How have these experiences made me grow? What were the lessons that I learned that made me evolve a little bit better, right? So the first one being the situation, I thought that was very appropriate. The Wheel of Fortune. It's like the Destiny card, right? It's like, it's aspected in a positive manner, but destiny, it's always about, you know, that there's change. Change is coming. So embrace what you have now. Be grateful for what you have, because you might not have that tomorrow. So that's how I took that for the current situation. Things are working the way that they should be, and change is always a constant. So for me, I have to do my very best in order to go with the change, you know, so to speak. And 2 carrots, I got 6 of Cups, which was, how has my rough exterior, or the things, or what I have blocked, made me more weak? And I think that that is, if it's negatively aspected, the 6 of Cups is just living in the past, not letting go of certain things and continuing to let them affect me until I learn that lesson, right? And then the third one, and I'm going to be making an actual sheet, the spreadsheet, and putting it on the website at amethystascension.com. I will put a link down below for you, okay? So the third card is, what trials and or tribulations have made me harder? And I actually ended up getting 2 cards. One, because these are 2 like negatively aspected, and or you could say shadow cards, both sides, your carrots and your eggs. So I would say that for me, issues of money have made me harder, not being as trusting, and not seeing everything that happens behind the scenes a little bit. Or maybe not always feeling like I had all the tools that I needed in order to progress. So I kind of, because I know in other, which I kind of cannot get out of my mind yet, or now I should say, I know that in other decks, the Magician can also be seen as like the trickster. So like the trickster god, or the trickster, the, you know, street peddler, so to speak. So things that I didn't see, somebody that has tricked me in the past, especially where money is concerned, and or ripped me off, or money troubles, or, you know, issues that we've had financially in the past have helped harden me a little bit. And then 4, coffee. How have these experiences, though, made me grow? And I also got 2 cards, and I thought it was very appropriate. They have helped me to tap into my own intuition more. They've helped me grow as a person, but also more loving, nurturing, and they have helped spur on my creativity and self-expression and see things maybe that I hadn't seen before, have a level of discernment now going forward, which has to do with your intuition and to trust my intuition in whatever the situation. Not worry about not trusting and worrying about what things that have happened in the past. Focus on now and trusting myself to make the right choices for myself. So there you have it. I hope you guys enjoy this. It's only a 4-card spread, although I did get a couple of them that flew out because I always shuffle until they fly out. I need to get a new system. But then I feel like I'm like betraying my system. I know that sounds weird, but it is what it is. So anyways, the spread is called May We All Be Coffee Spread. And I will be putting the PDF file for this spread on my website at amethystascension.com. And I'm sending you love and light.